Hi, I'm Suzanne Bates. As most salespeople know, closing the deal isn't just what you do at the end. Everything you do in sales leads to the close. It's just the last logical step. Still, closing a deal is one of the most talked about aspects of sales. It doesn't always go as planned. You can think a prospect is ready to buy when suddenly they pull the plug on the project or choose someone else. Why does that happen, and how can you avoid it? One thing that doesn't work in the close is hard selling or high pressure. That makes people run the other way. Nobody wants to be sold, but people do want to buy. All along the way, you should be digging for information to help you understand the pain points. All along the way, you should be answering the tough questions that demonstrate you have the answer. If you've done your job, then you're really ready to close, and your final conversation will just serve to answer those unanswered questions, remind your prospect of the value and why they want to work with you. This is what builds trust. This is what fosters good rapport. If you've been asking questions all along and answering objections, then closing the deal is virtually assured. Over the years, we've worked with thousands of professionals who sell. Believe me, I appreciate this is easier said than done. Sales isn't always a linear process. You don't win them all. But when you follow your process and communicate well, you win more sales. Here are 3 reminders on closing the deal. First, even in the close, don't assume anything. Go back and be sure you take responsibility for having answered every question and dealt with every pain point, including the timing, the risks, and the cost. Avoid nothing. Confront every issue head on. This is reassuring for a buyer. Many a sale has been killed simply because a salesperson is overly optimistic and hoped an issue had been resolved that wasn't. Prepare your final Q&A so you know you've left no stone unturned. Second, make it a real conversation, which should include a story or 2 that connect you and keep the rapport strong. And use those stories to remind your prospect of the value of the service or product, the results you've achieved for others in similar situations. Stories are great because they build rapport, they prove your points, and they make you memorable. In a competitive closing situation, the story can be the one thing that makes you stand out. Third, don't forget to ask for the business. You know, a lot of people want to be asked. In a highly competitive situation, with things being equal, your prospect will really appreciate a clear, simple declaration about how much you'd like to work with them and how confident you are that you can help them achieve their goals. The close is no time for a long recitation of the features of your product and service. By the time you get to closing, that should be understood. If you've done your job, you've answered every question, you've shared stories that illustrate your value, and you've asked for the business, closing will be easy. How do you know you're successful closing? Well, for one, your prospect will be asking some of those nitty-gritty questions like implementation or timing. Don't shy away. Those are all buy signs. The worst thing that can happen in a closing meeting is to get no questions at all. In our sales presentation boot camp, you learn how to anticipate questions, tell the story, build rapport, win trust, and close more business. What we do is unlike any sales training you've ever attended. You have a process. We help you use that process by communicating effectively in every stage of the sale. For more information on our sales presentation boot camp, go to bates-communications.com and click on Boot Camps, or email me at info@bates-communications.com. I'm Suzanne Bates. Thanks for watching.